what we saw in Madison tonight, Tate. Like that was just a little taste of a top 10 tilt, a Tuesday top 10 tilt between Wisconsin and Purdue. This is a game that if Purdue wins, it's a 3-way tie, I believe, in the Big Ten.
Yes,
with Illinois, Wisconsin, and Purdue,
which is classic Big Ten. You know, you guys love to share conference regular seasons. You guys love to hang a bunch of banners.
Yes. Everybody gets
claims.
A banner.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this was good. I thought that was good that Wisconsin kind of set the tone. And also, as we were just mentioning before, to go from the melee in Madison, which was such a seminal point in the season, when we look back, a lot of fans that maybe aren't as clued in will say, oh, yeah, I remember when that thing happened, the Juwan Howard situation. Yeah. To go from the melee in Madison to the miracle, the joy in Madison, as you called it, I just think that's a nice moment because, like, they were not in the wrong in that situation, and it feels like the basketball gods, you know, it all comes back.
The basketball gods are fully behind the Wisconsin Badgers, as it turns out.
And Providence. And
Providence.
Duke. So the 3 luckiest teams in America right there, I think we can lock those in. Providence, Wisconsin, and Duke.
Wisconsin, there's this stat coming out of this game that Wisconsin is 12-1 this season in games decided by 5 points or fewer.
Yes.
You know their one loss? Mm-hmm. Do you know who their one loss is?
No.
Providence. I'm not even kidding. I'm not to tell the whole story about both these teams.
Yes, that's.
This was a game that going in. Johnny Davis.
I forgot they even played.
Yeah, they played without Johnny Davis. So Wisconsin fans are quick to point that out. Providence fans are quick to point out that they won.
We won. Like, we played who showed up.
Yeah. Coming into this game though, Johnny Davis had 37 and Mackey in the first game that these teams met. Wisconsin got the big at the time. Like it was kind of shocking. If I remember my feeling, we were doing a show. We were doing a show that night. Yes. The game was on, and we just kept joking like Purdue's gonna win. Purdue's gonna win. Like I'm sure Purdue will figure it out. And then we get done with the show and we check the score. We're like, what? Johnny
and it was
Davis
over.
What?
Yeah,
Johnny Davis. So I guess we were expecting more of the same. It was certainly Johnny Davis versus Jaden Ivey is the matchup to watch, and those are the guys that are All-American candidates.
It kind of was in the second half.
It became that, but for a long stretch, both those guys were missing. It had an interesting feel, and then they came on late. It became like Jaden Ivey was hitting just huge shot after huge shot. Great Big Ten basketball game, Tate. And I think if you're a Wisconsin fan, it's a familiar position of what we've talked about with Providence is that Wisconsin is quote unquote lucky. They win these close games. They bank into critical dagger shots. There's really no way around like the statistical anomalies that are happening when you're like in these close games at Wisconsin. The fact that they've played 13 games decided by 5 points or fewer and
kind of says something about this.
Yes. It says something, but at the same time they keep winning. And I would say that Wisconsin, like, I don't know. I'm trying to like think through where I land on this. And I think like one thing that would have really driven home that Wisconsin is not lucky, and one thing that Jim Delaney would have done if he was commissioner is he would have put Bo Borowski on this game. Made Wisconsin earn it. And I think that part I didn't love. The refs were like very important in this game. The refs were mucking it up. The refs were doing their thing. But I needed to see like if we turn on the television and Bo Borowski is calling this game and Wisconsin still wins it, that puts to bed forever whether they're lucky or not, because they went out and earned it. I don't know. I guess they still earned it anyway, right?
They still earned it, but at the end of the day, I think you're right. And I asked you this while we were watching this game: who has the best chance to win a title in the Big Ten now, as we look at the landscape? Because
it's Wisconsin, dude. It's Wisconsin.
I hope that's not. I mean, is that really that?
It's so okay.
Is that where we are?
Michigan State is out. Michigan, like I don't care that Michigan State beat Purdue. Which, by the way, you want to talk about luck and the flip side to Wisconsin's luck is Purdue. I mean, Purdue, like, I'm not going to cry for it.
Lost 6 games, but 4 of them.
Yeah, I'm not going to cry because they don't, they bring it upon themselves with like how they play sometimes. But I mean, we got to point out that there's the Ron Harper Euro step. There's the Rob Finney shot at the buzzer or near the buzzer. It wasn't at the buzzer. It was almost
close enough.
The buzzer. Tyson Walker hits the shot on Saturday.
Yeah,
for Michigan State.
And then tonight. Hepburn.
But Michigan State, even though they beat Purdue, they were absolutely smacked by Michigan. I haven't believed in Michigan State for like a month. So the Michigan State's not winning the national championship. They're out. Ohio State, very much out. Very, very much out.
Yeah, they're out.
I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just sad. That's where like I had people were hitting me up today, like what's going on? How like status report. give us a vibe check, all that. I'm just sad. I'm not even mad. I'm legitimately not mad. I am sad. I have reached that part of the.
I knew that it was you were in a bad cycle when you were just like venting things out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you were on your phone, which I like I said, I was there last week. So you just start saying things. You're like, we gotta clean this up. We gotta do this. We gotta.
Yeah.
What's going on with Malachi? What's going on with
Even when we won in Illinois, like my reaction's not like huge win on the road against a team that could go to the Final Four. My reaction was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just conditioned to be that way. And then tonight, I mean, it wasn't just you lose to Nebraska. You lose to Maryland by 15. Ohio State, Tate, going into Sunday night or Sunday afternoon.
We'll give them the pass. The 0-2 Maryland national title team was there. Steve Blake in the building. Juan Dixon in the building. Lonnie Baxter in the building. So it was a lot of good mojo. So I gave them a pass for the Maryland game. I did. I personally
did not, because going into that game
until tonight, and now I have gone back and taken said pass away.
Going into that game, Ohio State was still alive for the Big Ten title.
That's the last thing that you said to me on the air.
If Ohio State wins out, they are not like. Granted, Wisconsin beating Purdue tonight would have made it all inconsequential.
Yeah.
But at the time, you're still alive for a Big Ten title, and you lose by 15 at Maryland, and then you lose to Nebraska. I'm dead. So Ohio State's out. Michigan State's out.
Michigan's out.
Michigan's out because Michigan is like barely in.
They're kind of hot right
first
now.
Place. Yeah,
different team with Martelli. We can talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a second. But they're out. They're like a bubble team.
Yeah.
No one's really seriously taking them seriously as a title threat. So that leaves.
So there are 3 teams.
Yeah, it's Wisconsin, Illinois, and Purdue. Yeah. If Purdue doesn't play defense, I mean, I'm a broken record with that, but like it is what it is. Like you're not winning 6 games. That team's not winning 6 games in a row. They're not. They are simply not winning 6. Purdue can make a Final Four. I think that's their ceiling. I think if you're a Purdue fan, you're like, just get me to the Final Four.
We'll figure out the rest.
We'll gladly lose by 12 to Arizona or Gonzaga or whatever it is. But like, just get us there. That's all we need. We just want to like rub it in Indiana fans' faces that we're at the Final Four more recently than they are. That's all they really need.
Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.